It's not working here. Hi. Yes. Here we are again. Get the microphone into shot because you're not a real streamer if you don't have a microphone clearly in the shot. Isn't that right? That's how I feel about it. It's Monday. Oh, yay. We made it. We made it. We got through the weekend. Considering how this weekend went for a number of people, that's a good thing. That's a positive. We're going to work on that. So I'm wearing a hat today. I figured today merited the hat and one of my Faire shirts. I was originally wearing a different color shirt, but there was an incident. And fortunately, I am a mere 3 feet away from the closet, which has all of my green Ren Faire shirts in it. And that's a lot of green Ren Faire shirts. Because, when you do Ren Faire, and you're a character, you have a tendency to set up yourself as a certain look. Even if you don't have an official costume, you do have a costume of sorts that people look for the costume rather than the person. Because we're all kind of interchangeable, except when you're wearing a certain outfit, people go, oh, that guy, I remember that guy. I remember that guy from his outfit. I'm sure every one of you out there who's ever been to Faire has been in that situation. If you see somebody else wearing a different costume, wearing a costume that they weren't wearing before, you feel a little confused. And if you see somebody wearing a costume that somebody you used to know wore, you feel slightly betrayed. But that's aside the point. I'm not sure where we are, but we're going to keep going. That's what we're going to do here. Hey, all right. I'd like to welcome all 4 of the people watching right now and the additional 6 who will probably watch this later on. I have no illusions about how this works. But let us begin with a song that I have managed to not do for a week. And I tend to do it on Fridays, so I'm going to do it on a Monday today, because I feel like that. And my primary goal on this song, the costume that I used to know exactly, is to play this song at a reasonable tempo. And I'm going to add some bits in. Bits that I hadn't added in before. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's 4 foot taller, and he's got brown and sandy hair. And he has a hat and tankard, and he wears a great big boots. I'll speed a little bit. He wanders around in a loincloth or one of them doublet suits. There we go. Put a little strum on there to make it a little less jarring. Well, that's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He is a unique individual, no one else can compare. For he always sings or juggles as he goes about the town, and he always has a great big sword that ought to narrow it down. I think I like it. I like the strumming. There we go, picking up speed. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? If you saw him coming down the lane, you'd have to stop and stare. Don't recall if it's pickles, pretzels, or if it's popcorn that he sells, but you can hear him coming from a mile away on the count that he wears bells. There we go. Yeah, the strumming is definitely a keeper, I think, assuming I can remember to do it. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's the coolest guy in all the world, I truly do declare. If you saw my bud in person, then you'd know of whom I speak, for he dresses like a pirate, now isn't that unique? Pirate! With pointy ears. Elf pirate. and gossamer wings. Fairy elf pirate. And a kilt. Scottish fairy elf pirate. And horns. Demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And fangs. Vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And goggles. With gears on them. Steampunk vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And a foxtail. Nobody knows why. Do you know my friend from Faire? I think I saw him over there. His name is Wolf or Hawk or Raven, or I think it might be Bear. Well, we've never met outside of Faire, but I'm sure he'll be along. Hey, wait a minute. I'm talking about you. I guess I'll end this song. There we go. And that is the increasingly complex technique version of Friend from Faire. Considering the fact that when I first played this, I actually was just going... basically the equivalent of that I had of playing pizzicato on a guitar, on a violin, or something like that. But anyway, welcome. We've made it through the first song, and no one's died. I like that. Hey, the numbers are going up. I like it. My 8-year-old thinks this is the best. Excellent. Please inform your 8-year-old that this song will eventually grow to collapse under its own weight. I have no illusions about this. We're just going to keep bolting stuff on, probably into that second to last verse, because it just... We've all had this conversation. I'm going to reach up here and grab another implement. I'm going to try to grab another implement. Oh, I really got to get another one of these hooks down here where I can reach up. This one here, this thing. This is, of course, the baritone ukulele that I managed to get after 2 attempts. And I have to turn this because we like you. We want you to enjoy the song. There we go. That's much better. So this next song is one that is actually a song that I wrote about someone I know at Faire. So it kind of dovetails nicely and is my little segue. This is from my friend Keith, who plays a character, one of the grandest swashbucklers in all of Tudor England. Yes, I said swashbuckler, and I think he'd agree with me. It is, in fact, the mighty Captain Peaches. Now, I am going to attempt to play it on this instrument, which is a baritone ukulele, which is basically, you take a guitar, you make the neck a little bit shorter, and you drop the lowest 2 strings, and that's what you get, because you get... That's basically a guitar right there. That's all I remember from introductory guitar from junior high school a very long time ago. I am going to attempt to play the song. It's a 3-chord wonder, but it plays an E. The E chord on this thing is much better. On the ukulele, the E chord is up here, which is a little high. So I get to play the low E on this one. So we're gonna try this, and with any luck, I won't mess up much. We sing of thieves and noblemen who sail the bounding seas, but this here ditty ain't about a single one of these. I sing of a daring swashbuckler who spans the boundless reaches, the mighty, mighty corsair who is known as Captain Peaches. Chorus. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier. Bam, bam, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. The E in the air twist in this one. He sails the endless bounty on the mighty Raging Queen, a ship the likes of which you poor land lovers never seen. She's got 16 gilded cannon and the decks are always clean, and sees her quite promptly every day at 4:19. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. Queen Margaret's royal hairdresser, his bravery knows no bounds. His enemies quake when the cry of "to the pits" with them resounds. Peach Pits, it's an aesthetic. The fears his enemies have at his mercy quite compound, for he leaves his captured foeman better groomed than when he found. It's an aesthetic. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, so piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. His ship at Scarborough Harbor has a special pride of place, as it can't sail very far with pastel sails all made of lace. It's aesthetic, I promise, I swear. Designed just let the captain and his ship bar we never would debase, and once he pays his dock fees, then he's free to leave this place. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. One more time, we'll try it. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier. Bam, bam, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. Not bad. Not bad. Did I blow it out? You know, I have had a tendency to blow these things out of tune. Nope, just a little bit. I have, in fact, blown this out of tune just a tad. This is still a relatively new instrument and has not been unboxed for too long. There we go. The A chord, the D chord, and the E chord. There. It's just my faulty technique. That's what's going on there. So, next song is... Hey! Hello, Cascoro! Good to see you. Cascoro is one of my brand newerest Patreon patrons. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate that. Now, the next song I'm going to do is a traditional spacefaring shanty. Which is to say that it's a sea shanty, but sea shanties have been around for a long time, and it's now very surprising that they actually have space shanties now, too. So, this might sound a little familiar, and it may still be too soon. We will see. Yeah. My ship got stopped by an EMP. Reaver, Johnny Reaver. Now they're gonna eat but not kill me, and I'm dinner for a Reaver. Reaver, Johnny Reaver. Oh, Reaver, Johnny Reaver. Ha chu shang cha zhao da zhang ho, gonna run away from the Reavers. Oh, I thought in space I would be free. Reaver, Johnny Reaver. Those metal-faced goons, they won't get me. Gonna run away from the Reavers. There we go. Reaver, Johnny Reaver. Whoa, Reaver, Johnny Reaver. Ha chu shang cha zhao da zhang ho. Gonna run away from the Reavers. Boating accident. I thought my cunning would prevail. Reaver, Johnny Reaver. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. And he got it by a Reaver. Reaver, Johnny Reaver, whoa, Reaver, Johnny Reaver. A chu shang cha zhao da zhang ho, gonna run away from the Reavers. Oh, he floated like a leaf on the wind. Reaver, Johnny Reaver. As a hood ornament, he found his end. Too soon? 'Cause he got killed by a Reaver. Always too soon! Reaver, Johnny Reaver, whoa, Reaver, Johnny Reaver. A chu shang cha zhao da zhang ho, gonna run away from the Reavers. Everybody! Reaver, Johnny Reaver, whoa, Reaver, Johnny Reaver. Mean it! A chu shang cha zhao da zhang ho, gonna run away from the Reavers. It's always too soon for that last verse, isn't it? It always is. It always is. So you may have noticed I was having an issue, and there's a reason for that. The chord formations on this are about several octaves lower than on the regular ukulele. So like a C chord here, that's C on this thing. On the ukulele, it's an F. The C on this ukulele, well, the G on the ukulele, I should say, is this thing. That's a C on that one. The F chord is actually the C chord. And it just gets, and so there's these quiet moments where my brain just spins around real hard, panicking, trying to figure out what he's going to do next. I'm still working on this. This is a really nice piece of equipment, and I have my beater, which I got for $40 at a pawn shop to demonstrate that I could actually play the baritone ukulele, which is to say the regular guitar minus 2 strings, because 4 strings is about as much as I'm good for right now. We're doing all right with that, I think. Let's see here. Where are we? Yes, we are. We're just kind of ticking along, aren't we? I worry that I'm going too fast, and then I worry that I'm going too slow. But basically, I try to keep it right around half an hour. Because, one, that's my regular commute time. If I am working back at the day job, like for real going in every day, it's about a half-hour commute in either direction. So, instead of doing my commute home, I do this. Fun, isn't it? And the other part of that is that in the event that we are ever allowed to congregate in groups of large numbers again, and there are festivals and the like, festivals and fairs and conventions and stuff like that, like Texas Furry Fiesta, which is where I got my, I got to do a couple of shows, and actually prompted me to write a couple of songs, like, well, a lot of songs, really, when you think about it. Business Goose, Llama of Justice, which I'm still working on, I'm Dating a Werewolf. There's a lot of songs that would go over well in an anthropomorphic convention now. See? Several octaves higher. That my shows will generally be somewhere between 20 minutes and a half hour. If I'm at a festival, it'll be about 20-25 minutes, because you got some time you got to get up on stage, and you got to get the heck off the stage for the next act to show up. That's just being, thoughtful. It's true. This is my life. What's that? There it is. A/C sharp chord, just in case you were wondering. That's what that is. Sounds nice. I've actually got that for a song I'm working on called Tinfoil Toupee. It was going to be part of my angry set last Monday, and I decided we had enough angry, so we're gonna wrap up this show with an ode to ethanol, which has a story behind it, so get comfy. You see, a long, long time ago, when I was a 17-year-old kid who had his very first year of college. I think that's right. I turned 18 in 1986. I believe that's right. Math is hard. But I had my first summer job, like you do, because my dad knew this guy in Tennessee who had a marina, and he needed someone to come and work the floating convenience store on the dock. And so I would get up every morning in the condo in Franklin, Tennessee, and drive about an hour from about 4:30 to about 5:30 to get to the lake, so I could open up and sell snacks and gas and rent boats out at 6 o'clock in the morning. And so what happened here is that I would be driving, and right about 5 o'clock every day, this one college station that I could pick up on the route would play this one song by the Jazz Butcher Conspiracy called Drink, D-R-I-N-K, just like it says up there. And this was back in the mid-'80s, long before the internet was a thing, and long before you could very easily point a device at the radio and say, "What the heck is that song?" Especially when you're driving on those windy country Tennessee roads. The song stayed with me and haunted me for about 20 years until we moved back here to Texas, and our friend Jonesy, who is now no longer with us, unfortunately, located the song and the singer, and then I was able to locate some sheet music. And so this is a song that has been with me for a very long time, and I've been trying very hard to learn how to play it. And we'll see how we do. I'm broken-hearted with all this entails. It'll take some concentrated drinking to keep me on the rails. I have to hide my face, I have to hide my shame. I don't wait till I'm sober, till I get drunk again. I drink at home, I drink out, I drink in cocktail bars. Falling down, seeing stars, it suits me. It suits me. Falling apart in bars, I like to suffer for my art. Just one more before we part. My oh my, I can't compete. It's only heavy drinking that keeps us on our feet. Oh my, I can't complain. If it weren't for heavy drinking, we couldn't bear the pain. My, the days go by. I never can forget her, though goodness knows I have tried. Believe me, going astray in all the bars from here to Mandalay. They never close, we never pay. I don't like to think about how much I drink. It's a habit that's out of control. Oh yeah, I hope I never get dry before I get old. Was almost on key. Oh my, we can't compete. It's only heavy drinking that keeps us on our feet. Oh my, I can't complain. If it weren't for heavy drinking, I'd never play Sweet Jane. Oh my, the days go by. I never can forget her, though goodness knows I've tried. Believe me, falling apart in bars, I like to suffer for my art. just 7 months ago when this gig got its start. I don't like to think about how much I drink. It's a habit that's out of control. Oh yeah, hope I never get dry before I get. Hope I never get dry before I get. Hope I never get dry before I get old. And so we come shambling into the conclusion of yet another Tobias the Adequate Troubadork Non-Commute Show. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I mean, this being what it is, basically it's an open rehearsal with online heckling, and I appreciate y'all for making a few chatty comments here and there. I know it has been a challenging 6 months. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Oh, gosh. We're into the 8th month now. Oh, man. Hang in there, gang. Seriously, hang in there. Do what you need to do to survive and do what you need to do, but be kind to yourselves and be kind to others because we are what we have. And that's part of why I do this show, is to bring a little bit of goofiness out there to folks who may or may not be able to find it otherwise. Now, we are living in a capitalistic society, so I got to do a couple things. Bear with me, gang. I'll try to make this as painless as possible as we hit the buttons and we go over here. The PayPal.com/TheAdequate and Venmo at TheAdequate, which you hip kids use. That's the tip jar. Eric and Robert and Rick and Emily and Miranda have all been generous to me in that area. Anything that comes into the tip jar or into our Patreon site over here at patreon.com/TheAdequate goes directly into the show, which is why I've got a neat light, I've got a good camera, I got this little Stream Deck box here, which means I can push a whole bunch of buttons, bring that into the shot. This one, Stream Deck, yeah, very cool thing. And I've got ukulele strings, and I have got a little switch that I can use to turn the light off and on. Oh my gosh. What a difference that light makes, huh? It's a circle light, so I guess I'm a real streamer. This is more of a monthly commitment. You say I'm going to throw $1 or $2 in, and there's a $1 to the $1 level. There's a $5 level, a $10 level, and the Oh My God level. The $10 and Oh My God levels also include the You're So Darn Smart, You Write a Song option, where you tell me to write a song, and then I write a song, and then I perform the song. There's also actual valuable things that come along as well in the higher levels. There's buttons and ebooks and real books and stuff like that. By the way, Mad Tom, you owe me a song subject, something for me to write and perform, because you're a $10 person, and I appreciate that a great deal. I want to thank Kaskuro for joining the party. I want to thank Kaskuro and Linda and Anne and Stephen and Robin, Alicia and William, BK and Kaylee and Richard, John, and Brian and Lorraine, my editor, who also edited the Artisanal Gibberish book and is one of our $2 a month Patreon patrons, which is why you will see ads for practical content and Paper Angel Press down here. Carpe Diem Comics is, of course, the official emotional support comic shop of Tobias the Adequate and everything else you can possibly associate with me. We got archives over here. We got them at facebook.com and twitch.tv/Tobias the Adequate and youtube.com/MPLEGARE, the Troubadork playlist, which is up to date to Thursday. Also, if you are a podcast person and you are interested in hearing the thoughts and words of one Philo Thibodeau Headbecker Kneecap, Red Necromancer from northern southeast Texas, you can check that out at Ask Philo over here at anchor.fm/theadequate. There's going to be 13 of those. I got the third one will be up this Friday at 1 a.m. Not according to any kind of dark pretenses or anything. It's just when we launch them. And if you got a question for Philo, you can drop him a line at pod@theadequate.com or via me at any of the places you can find me on social media. There's going to be 13 of those, unless we get really excitable, and then we might do more. It's been a lot of fun, and it's like 10 minutes of stuff, so really you can get on with your day. I think that's everything. That is everything. As a matter of fact, that is everything. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. Once again, without you watching, what I do here makes even less sense than it does now. So be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Be safe. Believe in science. Believe in the common decency, inherent decency of humanity. We have we're dealing with a lot of people that are very loud, but there are more of us than there are of them. In numbers too great to manipulate. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't forget to be silly out there. You've been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate, and once again, I thank you, push the button, Max, for encouraging my behavior.